Thank you for staying with us. We're still discussing end of year parties when your child graduates from nursery school or graduates from primary school to the next class. Should they be throwing these big extravagant parties that we see? You can join us on 0201635-2013 or 0913907698 and tweet to us at TVC Connect using the hashtag #YourView on TVC. Okay,
so I wanted to say that, the entire purpose of graduation parties being inspiration to the younger ones and motivating the children to continue has been defeated completely in most schools. Now show off and reward to parents who are the big sponsors in schools. You no longer do it with the awareness of each child's strength. It's also demotivates children because they might call a particular color of clothes. And once poor child is feeling peer pressure because the parents cannot meet up, children are now being pressured into looking a certain way because our children, whether we like it or they're not us. I don't value any graduation party. I did not do my convocation, my matriculation. Say if I came in the evening to snap pictures, I did not send those events. I did not see the sense of it at the time to come home and put that burden on my parents. But my mom said she would have really loved to cook and carry her friends, and I didn't send that. And I don't think that schools now do it with the right intentions anymore, because the right intention will mean that every child does not live there, and the schools are too busy
leave no child
making
behind.
money to do that. We
have a caller, Doyin from Ikeja. Good morning, Doyin. Oyin.
Good morning.
Good morning, Oyin.
Okay, my contribution is this. I think we've lost the reason why this graduation thing and this prompting have been created, because it has since become something else. For the video I saw sometimes back on social media where there was a car that was bringing each graduate, like secondary school, it was dropping them. They had this very lovely ball gown students, like SS3. The result is not even out. You don't know if you failed or something. You don't know if you've done very well. And they were each coming down. And I was watching it, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I had it in my mind that there are some students that would not come for this event because their parents cannot afford it. They'll be overwhelmed somewhere and they feel like, okay, no, I can't meet up. And that's the same, and it's a wrong mentality for this age and time. Because it has passed robots even on adults. They can't even go for school union because they feel like they've not met up to a particular standard of life. I feel it is not why it was created. A few prayer is enough to send them forth into the world. They should wait for their results. And if you feel when the result comes out, as a parent, you feel like you want to close the road, like this is it. Please feel free, it's within your reach. You can call people that are up to your standard. But now, even teachers should feel a kind of way when you see. I thought them, they look like adults. You could almost be. I was afraid for them. Let nobody now take advantage of these kids. For me, they were kids dressed up. It was too much for me. I think government should have a control on every school, not just private, but every school should have a standard of just a little bit of prayer, encouragement, push them into the world and bless them. That's good for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oyin. And we need to also emphasize the fact that we're also talking about graduation from nursery to primary. So these are 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds that are expected to dress in suits and ball dresses. So it happened with my children when they were moving from nursery to primary. I remember, I'm not going to lie, I was quite excited. I was quite excited. No, in fact, my son and I fought because I was going all out to make sure he got this really nice suit and then nice shoes. He told me, Sam, if it's not those dirty trainers that he always wears, that's what he wants to wear. I begged him. I said, no, you need to look for my. He said, never. I'm telling you. But now, in hindsight, I'm looking at him like, why? This one was just 4. He didn't even know what was happening. Then secondly, my daughter graduated from primary school. They had the little ones graduating. They got them in these ball gowns. My goodness, tiny people figuring out how to move. Yes, tiny humans. I'm like, but on the general, for that particular graduation, I felt like they didn't really go all out. And my husband always reminds me, because I tend to lose my mind when it's time for graduation. He's like, don't let them use you, sis. It's just primary school. It's just secondary school. So you have someone that reminds you, or else you follow the crowd, because we're all just so excited. The thing with mothers is
supposed to know that the kids are tired. I remember that When my daughter was a year, she was 2, and they were doing one school end of year party. We were supposed to dress our traditional. I cut my ladis wrapper to the scarf to 2 wrapper for her, wear blouse, everything.
Yeah.
They saw how she was dressed and they programmed something for her. You know that when it was time, my picking sleep.
Of course.
This was that they were shaking. I carry my teeth tight for that.
I have a call from the UK, Femi. Good morning, Femi.
Hi, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm calling, and I'm really, thank you. I'm really interested in what you guys are talking about this morning, and to be sincere, because growing up, I understood for you to be, whatever you do at school, for you to actually achieve something, your parents encourages you that, okay, maybe when you do this, I will get you a bicycle, I will get you this, you get a new shoe. You understand? But people wasting money on frivolities like this is actually getting out of hand. What is in nursery school, a child that is still meant to be milking, you're spending hundreds of thousands of naira where there are better things to do with the money. And the same people are the ones complaining, shouting about the economy. So I think we need to get our priorities right as parents. And the government doing the right thing, like you guys said, it would be good for the government to come in now and take control of this, because at the end of the day, this is what is happening to the children, to the parents that lost their focus. Now they are transferring that to their children. Like our parents did when we were growing, they lost their focus. That's why our generation is struggling at the moment. So what's the point wasting so much money? Exactly. If the government can do something, let them come in, ban all these people, schools, encourage your children to do better by giving them a better task. Challenge them to do something great with their lives. Not them planning to be Miss whatever at the end of the year. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So
Miss whatever is also okay.
So I totally agree, like with what he said and what the government have done in this situation. Do you understand? Because it shouldn't be something that is put on parents that you must do and you must be part of. It should be that, I want to celebrate my child's milestone. I do it at home. I grew up in a home where my parents love to throw parties. They throw parties for Africa. My parents throw the best parties. They throw parties for Africa.
Number people, it's like it's your thing.
No, but as in, my parents love to host. But it's personal. Like, do you understand? It's personal. Like, it's your own thing. Nobody's forcing. Nobody's forcing parents to spend money on whatever. Do you understand? It shouldn't be mandatory. No, it's wrong. Like what BC was saying, like where they're now asking what car to do shopping. Because I saw a video recently on social media where a 5-year-old was doing something, and what they were focused on, instead of focusing on the children or the activities of the kids, they were focused on the type of cars that were dropping the kids off. I'm wondering, like, are you kidding? When I was in primary school, what I used to envy people for was I wanted let our driver be late. I wanted to trek. Those people that used to trek to school. I wanted it so bad.
Because you were not trekking to school.
I wanted
there's a name for people like Fred. Don't worry.
No, I wanted it. I wanted that freedom. Like after school, they will now trek and pluck all those fruits and all those have those freedom, enjoy
cheese. On the way home back. No, trekking to school is different from trekking back.
Okay, we have a caller. Mary from K2. Good morning, Mary. Want to trek. Mary, you're live, Mary.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
We can hear you, Mary. Please go on.
All right. I want to say good morning to you all ladies of your view.
Good morning.
All right. I want to say good morning to you ladies of your view.
Good morning.
And I want to lend my voice on the previous matter you discussed about textbook. Can I still go ahead?
Please do. Please do. Go ahead, Mary.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that the government themselves should keep in mind that the vacuum they created was what the private schools are trying to fill.
Okay.
All right.
She's listening to you.
Now, we didn't just get here in a day. It started gradually. Before now, as we are entering into a new session, you begin to see government textbook, government giving socks, notebooks, and they are going to write something like "not for sale" on those textbooks. But nowadays, you see that NGOs, private individuals, charity organizations, and some foundations are those that go into public schools to give books. We no longer have governments performing their own responsibility. He who must come to the equity table must come with clean hands. So before you can say, okay, government don't just wake up one day and say, okay, we are not doing this, we are writing this off and stuff like that. No. For example, government will come with their own idea. These are what we want private schools to do. If you want to establish your own private school, you must have so number of toilets in your private school and stuff like that. Yeah. Whereas in government-owned schools, the toilet facility in those schools are nothing to write home about. So when they begin to give their own directives to, like I said, it is the error, it is the vacuum that they have created that these private schools are trying to fix. They are trying to fill.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mary.
Textbook.
Thank you, Mary. Yeah. Yes, Amaka.
Yes. So no, I was just talking about like the fact that kids should also be allowed to want certain things, and what is now being put in the heads of so many children, we're losing values, is now Nigerian everything luxury, misplace the luxury statements and what luxury should be and values for what you've not even worked for, or why are you showcasing a 5-year-old and a G-Wag? Like, was it focus on the am I making sense? Even if you're trying to celebrate a milestone, you focus on the child and the activities and what they've done, not the car, not the amount of money that was spent on the bunker that they can't even walk inside. So it's misplaced priorities. They children want to be children, be free to want to even trek and walk on the road and not look at it as a poverty mindset that they are trekking. Yeah. I wanted to trek so much. I said, please, can you allow me? I know that. No. You know, like how parents will just feel like, oh, because of security reasons or whatever. But really, what is wrong in if the school is not for trekking to school and coming back? Like, people should be allowed to experience life, because even abroad.
You see, it's like my daughter. Anytime we have an issue of fetch water, you see how excited my daughter is. They run go river. Where we fetch water.
You go fetch water, you go see water.
I don't want to fetch water. But she doesn't understand. Mommy, please. Okay, she went to my friend's house and said, we don't have water. And they said we should go and fetch water. I said, you carry bucket. She said, yes, sir. And I've gone 10 times. I said, I help you.
I cannot about drinking Gary. Drinking Gary is like gold in my house today. Once I say, okay, you people can drink Gary, they're so excited. Mommy, please, can I drink Gary? Mommy, please. I'm like, I love
Gary.
Gary is something I cannot
to drink Gary.
I can't know that one. No matter how
much Gary costs now.
No matter how cheap or expensive Gary is an addiction. Yes. I cannot outgrow it. But my kids, I didn't want to expose them because somebody had said something for eyes.
Yeah, for their eyes.
But they thought that because I was hiding to enjoy my Gary and eyes,
they saw it as
luxury. They thought it was luxury. But you see, the callers have been emphasizing something. Value, teaching, values. We were taught also, we're reminded at the Parenting Team Summit on Saturday that, it's a community that raises children, and we are Africans. We must not forget where we are. Whether or not we like it, our community has expanded to the things they see on TV. Yes. Our community has globally expanded. And so cultures are now crossing. And we can only just find the customs that are relevant to us to cross into our own. For instance, those communities that you say government regulates, the Chinese, the ones that will help us. Because
and they're successful.
Whether or not you like it, Americanized culture is now generally acceptable. Even in the Chinese, we saw their kids also, trying to copy, trying to sound as funny as possible, hip-hop as possible. And a lot of things that, appeals to them are those things that Americans have, but they are not relevant to us. And we must
so, hearing all of you, I see some schools try to do a bit of difference. I can only give from my experience in my children's schools. When they have like school parties or things like that, the school insists I want them to wear plain t-shirt of color blue. And this is a school that's got like a huge range of parents from the socio-economic class. So from everybody is in that school. And I feel that this is, and these are people who are well-traveled, well-educated, well-accomplished, and still they understand the value of making sure that the community, the school community, understands that the children don't need to be made to feel different. Materialism is is taken out of the school community, and I appreciate that. I also would say that the government recently, because we've been seeing a lot, the government is understanding that they need to step in to make sure that we put our heads back in the right place. Because what will happen is, when our time is all over, we'll have these children who don't understand the value of hard work or waiting for a period or resilience, and they just feel that I want something, I need to get it. And they don't understand the process that it takes to work. So I'm really happy, that we are having these conversations across different states, and we're going to see a difference. We have finally come to the end of today's show. I really enjoyed myself. Thank you so much, ladies, for being for giving us a fantastic show. Did I? Oh, okay. I think I have 1 second for teacher.
So, because
quick, sharp.
So it says, good morning to the ladies of your view. The first question we should ask government is this: what prompted the need for this ban? And I have some answers to this. Could have been putting pressure on struggling parents who go extra mile to ensure that their wards are not left out, which could affect their morale. Many parents might have been in huge debt already, and this additional cost would have added more burden to them, more burden of the debt to them. It could have led to psychological issue among some children whose parents could not afford the contributions, thus giving the children inferiority complex or being bullied, but others. Government needs to provide facts from figures.
Thank you, Engineer Tijan. I think you just summarized everything we discussed. So thank you for joining us on today's show. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.